Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys did an excellent job with the last 2 days' assignments. I created them to prepare you for the art project this week. Here I have my personal sketchbook. I am going to go over with you 3 different ideas that I sketched out for this assignment. I'm also going to explain to you what you're going to do. So we explored identity, group identity, and symbolism on Monday and Tuesday. Your job for this week is to create a logo or a symbol that can represent whatever group you feel you belong in. The first step that I took was to create a list of the group I felt I belonged in. The first one I wrote was teacher, and then I specified it a bit more and wrote art teacher. The next one is artist, because I'm an artist, I create my own artwork. The third one I wrote down was baker, because I love to bake. And the fourth one I wrote down was anime, because I really enjoy watching it. Then I went ahead and drew a sketch for the ones that I really wanted to do. I created a sketch for artist, a sketch for baker, and a sketch for art teacher. I created these logos thinking about me, but not just me, because I was also thinking about that group. I had to think about what I could create that not only fits me, but everyone in this group. So if you like soccer, maybe you can draw a logo or a symbol to represent all soccer players. If you're into computers, do one for everyone who is tech savvy. Or if you would like to do a more personal one, you can. I'm going to go through each of them and kind of explain why I decided to draw what I drew. For the first one, my artist one, I wanted to have symbols in here that symbolize an artist. I wanted to include things that can incorporate everyone. I couldn't include every type of art, but I tried to include some of the big ones. I included drawing. I have an artist here holding a pencil. I have a paint palette for painting. I have sculpture. I modeled it after the Thinking Man, a very popular sculpture, and I drew a camera for photography. These are 4 popular forms of art. That's why I included each one of these symbols to try and represent all the different types of art. Then for my baking, I was thinking, how could I represent every baker out there? So that made me think about, what do all bakers like to use? All bakers like to use a hand mixer. A lot of people, when they think of baking, they think of cakes or cupcakes. So I had to include one in there. And then, what do we do with baking? I know that everyone loves to eat them, especially the bakers. So I drew someone with a really wide mouth eating the hand mixer and the cupcake. And just to emphasize they are a baker, I drew a very iconic symbol for bakers and chefs out there, which is a chef's hat. That way we know that this guy is a baker. For my third and final one, I made this to represent all art teachers, and one of the ways I decided to represent teachers is with an apple. A lot of people think, let's give my teacher an apple. A lot of things to do with teachers incorporate apples. So somewhere along history, apples became a symbol for teachers. So now when you think of one, you think of the other. Then how could I symbolize that this is for art teachers? On the little stem for the apple, I turned it into a paintbrush that is dripping paint. Then sometimes we think about apples having worms. That is another form of symbolism. So I decided to turn this worm into the art teacher, and we know that this guy is an artist because he's wearing a beret. Here I have the teacher worm showing a painting to a little student worm. The reason we can tell it's a student or child is because of the propeller beanie I drew on him. This hat is another famous symbol that is tied with children. In a lot of cartoons and comics, children are shown wearing this hat. The art teacher worm is showing the student a painting I made based on a famous painting called American Gothic. So I created 3 different sketches of what I wanted to do. I am not requiring you to make as many sketches, but definitely plan on what you want to do before you do your final artwork so that you can explore the many different possibilities. And out of the three, I am going to focus on my art teacher logo. I'm going to show you how I created this sketch into my artwork. The video is kind of long, but I don't want you guys to watch all of it, so you are more than welcome to skip through the video. So here we go. is my final artwork. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I would definitely love to see your logos if you send them my way. So I hope you have a good rest of your week.